Hi and welcome. In this video we're going to learn how to use a new selection tool in Photoshop 2020 called Object Selection. Now the Object Selection tool simplifies the process of selecting a single object as part of an object in an image such as people, cars, furniture, pets, clothes and more. You simply draw a rectangular region or a wiggly region round the object. The Object Selection tool automatically selects the object inside that region. Now the tool does have its limits like anything else. It works better on well-defined objects than on regions that don't have a lot of contrast. Now you can access the Object Selection tool in the following places. It's here and it's now nested with the Quick Selection tool and the Magic Wand tool. Or you can also get it in the Select and Mask workspace. Okay, so let's make a start. And don't forget, if this is your first time with Live Link training, please visit my website. And if you scoot to the bottom of any page, just give this link a click here to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That will be really helpful. Thank you very much. Let's get on. Now here we've got an image of some cutlery. Now if you want to download any of the images, just pop down to the bottom underneath the video and click on the link. First let's try Select Subject. So if we go straight for the big hitter, we go for Select Subject. Just wait a sec. It tries its best, but it's not done a good job because it's trying to select everything. It doesn't know which particular part that you want, which is the main subject. Okay, so we'll just deselect that. Now what if I happen to just want to select this fork at the end, say? Well, okay, we can do that with the new tool. So I'm going to make sure that my Object Selection tool is selected. Now if we look at the tool options bar, we can see that here we've got the same thing in most other selection tools. We've got Add to, Subtract from and Intersect with Selection. On this tool now we've got two modes. We've got a rectangular method of selecting and we've got a lasso. We've got Sample All Layers, Auto Enhance, and then we want to tick Object Subtract. So it actually subtracts the object that we're after. And then we've got quick access to Select Subject and Select and Mask. Okay, let's give it a go. So first I'm going to set it to Rectangle. And we'll give that a go, and we'll go to this fork at the end and we'll click and we'll drag across it and just let go. And you can see it makes a pretty good selection straight out the box, right into the corners and everything. It just knows because we've got quite a bit of contrast. Okay, let's try another method. We'll try the Lasso Tool. Now the Lasso tool, we can just lasso and go around an object, and then when we let go we can see it selects it again, but this time we actually missed a bit here. Okay, that's not a problem now. I'll just zoom in a little bit so we can see that a bit better, because now let's try we'll go for the rectangle selection again. What I have to do is make sure that now this part of the selection here is part of the fork. So what this needs doing, I need this to be in Subtract from Selection mode. Now I can do that by going up here and clicking on this little icon here, which is Subtract from Selection. Or if you want to do it on the fly, if I hold down the Alt key, I'll actually get Subtract from Selection by default. So if you just look at the little cursor now, you'll see there's a little minus. And that means Subtract from Selection. So now all I've got to do, and I haven't got to be accurate, I just click and drag a marquee across that area and bump, it fills it in. And we can try the same with the Lasso tool, that I can just start. Again, I'm holding the Alt key down to get Subtract from Selection, and I just click and drag around the area that I want it to select. Boom, absolutely perfect. Oh, apart from this middle bit here. Okay, well that's a long one, so let's go back to the rectangle tool. And again, we want it in subtract from, so I'm holding the Alt key down and I'll just click and drag around this area. Bump. Absolutely perfect. Is that not cool? Okay, let's try that on something a little bit more organic, shall we? Let's try it on these elephants. Now again, if I go to select subject, then what will happen is the main subject will be all the elephants. It'll select them all, which is not what I want. So I'm going to Control and D to deselect that. And now we'll go and use the new tool, the new Object Selection tool. We'll start in Add to Selection and we'll start with Rectangular. And so let's try this elephant at the end. So I'm going to click and drag a rectangular marquee around it, let go, and bam, it's a pretty good selection. Okay, I might now want to try this elephant here, let's say the second one from the right. So let's try that again. We'll try with the rectangular marquee tool. I say this is the elephant that I want, and let go. And it does a pretty good job again. Perfect. Okay, we can also do with the lasso tool. So I'll click on the lasso tool and then I'll just lasso all the way around the elephant that I want to select and let it go. And it's done a pretty good job. But in this case, it's missed a bit again. So let me just zoom in so we can see that. So here you can see that this piece is missing, it's missed it. So now I want to subtract this from the selection, just like we did with the fork. So I'm going to hold the Alt key down until I get that little minus, and then I'm just going to go around, don't have to be too accurate, and it'll select that right into the corner for me. Absolutely fantabulous. Well, that's it for this video. Just a little bit of a recap. We've got a new tool now called the Object Selection tool, and it lives with the Quick Selection tool and the Magic Wand tool. We can choose two different modes of making our selection. We can do a rectangular marquee or we can do the lasso tool. And all we do is we just make a selection of the specific object in the image that we want to select, and bang, it does it for us. Well, I hope that was useful. If it was, please leave a comment underneath the video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button at the bottom of any page on my website. While you're there, check out all the other videos on Photoshop, Lightroom and photography. I'll see you in the very next video. Bye for now.